This is Lefty Dad, and I'm going to be doing a replay of the 1960 World Series. That would be the New York Yankees against the Pittsburgh Pirates using PC Replay Baseball, and I will be using the actual lineups for each game. This video will be game one, and so it'll be the best of 7. I don't know whether this will be 4 videos or could be as many as 7 videos, but I'm using the Memorable Matchups Volume 1 for these teams. Here's New York 1960, Pittsburgh 1960, and there are, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 National League, 9 American League teams, and they're all matched up so that it was whoever was in the World Series for any of these particular years. And there are more volumes that have more World Series teams that you can use. But anyway, getting back to the 1960 World Series, these again are the actual lineups. So Art Ditmar, the series will start in Pittsburgh for 2 games, then go to New York for 3 games, and come back to Pittsburgh for the final 2 if necessary. So we're starting things off here at Forbes Field. Vern Law on the mound. The first batter up for the Yankees is Tony Kubek. Casey Stingle's the manager that year. You can see New York won 97 games. So here's Kubek, who hit 273 in 1960, and he's going to fly out to left to Skinner. Hector Lopez is up next. He hit 284 in 1960, and Vern Law was 20-9 in 1960 with a 3.08 earned run average. Hector Lopez is going to fly out to right field to Clemente. You can look at the defense here. Clemente is phenomenal. Skinner in left is not so great. So the bigger the number out here, the better they are, up to 5. And they can be as low as 1, although you really hardly ever see a 1 unless they're playing out of position. Mazeroski, in the infield, it's the opposite. The smaller the numbers. So Mazeroski is phenomenal. Dick Stewart, they kind of said he had a glove made out of cast iron, is bad. These little numbers up here indicate how many errors they make. The higher the number, the fewer the errors. And then these numbers in front of the error numbers are the arm strength. So 5 is the best. Clemente is the best. Burgess is a really good catcher. So Roger Maris is up. Roger hit, this was his first year with the Yankees, and I think he was the most valuable player that year. He hit 39 home runs. So here goes Roger. That's going to be a fly out to center. So nothing happening for New York in the top of the first inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Art Ditmar, he was 31 years old. Maybe this was one of his best years. I know that he has been around for a long time. 31 years old in 1960. And Bill Verdon leads things off, hitting 264. So New York won 97 games. Pittsburgh won 95 games. Danny Murtaugh is the manager. Bill Verdon. This is a tough looping drive to left field. We'll see if Hector can catch it. It's a 50-50 chance, and he does. So the New York defense, you've got Maris, phenomenal. Mantle is average. Lopez is above average. Cleve Boyer is phenomenal. Kubek is above average, and Berra. At this point in his career, he was a really good catcher. Dick Groat is up. I think Dick Groat won the batting title in 1960 in the National League, and he is going to hit a short fly out to Maris. So there are 2 down. Bob Skinner is up, and Bob could hit it out of here. No, he hit 15 home runs, but this is not really a big home. This is the power column, column 6. So the red die, that's for the 6 column. The 2 die, that's for the hitter row, so it's 6 column. And then the 1 is the pitcher row. You add 2 and 8, you get 10. He would have needed 2 more numbers somewhere. He would have had to have a 10 down here or a 4 up here, like here's a 4, to hit it out of here. So he's on first. The first hit of the game. Dick Stewart is up. You can see down here, he's got an 11, so he would have hit it out with the pitch Ditmar through Skinner. Here comes, this is going to be a deep fly out to right field, but not quite far enough, right up to the fence. So we go to the top of the second inning in this 1960 Fall Classic. Mickey Mantle is up. Mantle, 28 years old, hit 275 and 40 home runs, and he was in 153 games that year. He's got big power numbers, as you can see. He's a switch hitter, and this is going to be a tough play for Skinner, and Skinner is not as good at these looping drives as Hector Lopez, and you can see it's going to be an automatic base hit for Mantle. So Mantle has above average speed, and now Yogi Berra is up. Berra hit 276 with 15 home runs. He was 35. This was right before Elston Howard kind of became the catcher. And Howard quickly became most valuable player there in the 60s. Berra hits into a lot of double plays, but we'll take our chance here. And he's going to hit into a double play. Okay, well, that was my premonition, and it proved true. Okay, Bill Skowron is up. He would be, he's 29. Pretty soon Joe Pepitone would be in, playing first base. Skowron really, he's a double play machine. But this could be unlikely. He's not very fast on the bases. It's a roller to the mound, and he'll have to roll a 1 or a 2 to get a base hit, and it's a 4, so he's out. So we now go to the bottom of the second. Roberto Clemente is up, 25 years old, hit 314, and Roberto is going to pop out to the second baseman. Bobby Richardson. And I think Richardson was the most valuable player of this series, if I recall. I get a little mixed up with 61 and the Reds and the Yankees. Anyway, here's Burgess. Smokey is going to hit it deep to left, right up onto the warning track, but Hector Lopez is there. 2 out, and now Don Hoke is up. Third baseman hit 282. That's going to be a base hit to right. So he goes the other way, pokes it into right. Bill Mazeroski is up. He hits 273, 2 outs now, and he's going to pop out to first base. You can see here that Ditmar was not a strikeout pitcher. These numbers would have to be a lot lower. He could have, if he had a little better numbers here, he'd already have a couple of strikeouts. And we can see here, I guess we've gone to the next inning, but we can look here and we can see that Vern Deacon Law pitched 271 innings and struck out 120. So, you know, by today's standards, that's low, really low strikeouts. And you can see he's got these, he doesn't have 1s and 2s up here. He has 3s and 4s. That doesn't mean he's worse. But anyway, Clete Boyer is up, 242 hitter. Clete is 23, and he debuted in 1955, so he debuted 5 years ago when he, I guess, was 18. Okay, Boyer, he's going to hit a tough ball to the gap in right, and it would be a double, but Clemente runs it down. So now we're back at the bottom of the lineup. We've got Bobby Richardson up, and Bobby is, he will, see, this would normally be like, it's a 5, so if if it was a 1, that would be a 6. That would be a strikeout. So if this was one of these was a 1, Richardson would have had a strikeout, but it wasn't. Ditmar is up. Ditmar hits 159. Wow, he's going to get the biggest hit of the game here. He cracks a double into the corner. So Kubek has a chance to drive him in. So here comes Tony. He flew out to left. Tony hits a ground ball to the shortstop. So we go to the bottom of the third. 2 hits for each team. And Ditmar will be pitching to Vern Law. Vern Law is going to fly out to center. Verdon is up. He flew out to left last time, and that's going to be this is kind of the ballpark effect. If it's a good hitter's park, right now it's going to be a 50-50 play, and he gets a 4 on the 6-sided die, so it's a base hit. Now here's Dick Grote. Grote flew out to right. This is a base hit to right. So, got something going here for Pittsburgh. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Skinner who does hit into a lot of double plays. And he is an above-average bunter, but we're going to stay at halfway on the infield, which would set us up to get a double play. So he's got the lefty-righty advantage. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a fly out to center. Okay, 2 down to Mantle. He flew out to Mantle. And this brings up Dick Stewart, a righty against a righty. Big power from Stewart. You can see Ditmar is kind of average in giving up home runs. He doesn't walk a lot of hitters, and he doesn't give up a lot of hits, really. It's above average. So here comes Stewart. That's going to be an infield single, and Ditmar could throw it wild to first. If this roll is above a 55, it'll be a wild throw to first, but it's not. So there's no error. Bases are loaded. Clemente's up. This is what they would call an inflection point in the game. Roberto Clemente with the bases loaded. 2 out. Ditmar is feeling some pressure, I'm sure. So here it goes, and it is this is a special situation. Instead of a walk, they call this a 2-ball count. So he's going to try again. Here goes. This is going to be a double. I don't know if he'll clear the bases because Stewart is slow. They're going to check and see with the third base coach. And you can see it's quite likely that he'll hold. He may even get thrown out. No, he scores, and Lopez may throw it away. Lopez, if he rolls above a 34, he doesn't. But Clemente clears the bases, and I kind of flipped it too soon, but if Ditmar had been 1 number better, it would not have been a double. So that's how close it comes here. But a big play by Clemente, and if Ditmar had just had 1 better number there on his card, it would have been the 3rd out of the inning. Here's Smokey Burgess batting left-handed. That's going to be an infield single. So you can see here this early hook base runner notice comes up. This means that Ditmar is kind of struggling and in trouble. If he gives up 1 more base runner, then he's going to go to his B rating here, which all of these numbers up here will disappear, and it'll all be these terrible numbers. They're all 5s, except for this one. And then he'll have a chance to recover, and I'll get to that when that time comes. But he still has a chance now. If he gets 1 more out, there's going to be a possibility of a wild pitch here. Ditmar is rated a 3 as a wild pitch, so he's average. So we'll see here. Oh, but nothing happens. The pitch in the dirt is blocked. There's no advance. Hoke is up. Hoke got a base hit last time, and Hoke is going to ground out to the first baseman, who tossed it to the pitcher covering, and now Ditmar won't have to worry about that going to the B ratings. He wiggled, the worm wiggled off the hook, as they say. Okay, now Hector Lopez, batting in the 2 slot, is up. Yankees down 3-0, and he is going to strike out because he must strike out a lot. Comparatively, he didn't strike out a lot in 1960. Here's Maris. Roger, I think, that's his cast iron glove. So he hit a sharp grounder down the first baseline, and Stewart, it went off his glove. They're not going to count it an error, but Maris is on, Mantle is up, and we'll see if Mickey he's got awesome power numbers too. And you can see up here, Vern Law is kind of average when it comes to giving up home runs. He does not walk anybody, so he doesn't have any walks in the game. He has 1 strikeout. Here he goes. Oh, this is going to be a hard shot down the line to Hoke. And this is where we test the fielder's range, and he is above average. So if this die roll, a 6-sided die, if it's 1 or 2, it'll be a double down the line. But if it's a 3, 4, 5, 6, so there's a 1/3 chance of getting a double, and it's not. He grabs the ball, he makes a diving stop and throws to second for the force play. So big defense there. Here's Yogi, 35-year-old Yogi Berra, and he's got a base hit to right field. And Mantle is going to stay at second because Clemente has a cannon for an arm. Okay, now here's Moose. Moose has really good power numbers too. He could tie it up, but he hits a sharp grounder to Stewart, and this time Stewart makes the play unassisted. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You can see Ditmar has 11 more batters he can face before we'd have to see if he could get an extension with a boost to his batters faced, and Law has 16 more, but Ditmar has been given up 7 hits. I don't think anybody's walked in the game so far. Here's Mazeroski, and this could be an error on Kubek, so we'll test him. He's about average, but that's good. I mean, that's good for an infielder, and it had to be above a 42 to make an error, and it was a 41. So great defense in the game. Vern Law is up. Vern is going to get a base hit. I guess that's his first hit. Now we've got this early hook base runner warning coming up again. If he lets another base runner in, he's going to go to his B ratings, and given that this is a World Series, I'll just take him out of the game. I'm controlling New York. Now here's an error situation, possible error for Richardson. He's a little better than Kubek, but we'll see 36. It's under 45, so they get the runner at second, but no double play. 2 out. Dick Grote is up. Dick is 1 for 2, and that is a line out to third base. Ditmar got the lowest number he could get. If he would have gotten a 3 or a 4, that would have been a double or a triple. So Ditmar did well, and he also avoided that early hook thing. He's got 7 more batters he can face. Here's Cleat. Cleat hits a difficult looping drive to left field, and I think it's going to be an automatic hit, yeah, here at Forbes Field with Bob Skinner playing left field. Okay, there's the 5th hit for the Yankees. Bobby Richardson is up, and we'll let Richardson hit away. There's going to be an infield single. Okay, and this is going to create the situation for a potential wild pitch, most likely, but Vern Law is rated a 5, which the only thing better than that is a 6, so it will be difficult to get a wild pitch check. If it's a 6, it's a wild pitch. It's a 4, it's not a wild pitch. Now, given this is a World Series, and I think we're going to pinch hit for Ditmar, and we're going to have, there's some lefties, Dale Long, and there are not really any big home run sluggers, but we'll go with Dale Long, pinch hitting left-hander. So he hit 253. He's got good power numbers. He just didn't bat very much. And this is going to be, it's going to be Clemente. The looping drive to Clemente is practically always going to be out, unless I roll a 6, because Clemente is so great. Oh, and I didn't, but that's only one out. I wasn't really paying attention. Dale Long is a double play machine. I was crazy to do that. Good God. Okay, Kubek is up. Tony, he is a really good bunter, so that's a possibility early in the game. And then we'd have Lopez and Maris and Mantle. Or we could hit and run. I think I'm going to try to bunt them over and see what happens. I don't think they're expecting the bunt, but it's Tavern Law, so pitchers are always considered playing in, and it's a successful sacrifice. Okay, if we have one chance here to get 2 runs in with Hector Lopez. Come on, Hector. And that is going to be a foul out to the second baseman. Misery for the Yankees. We need to bring in a new pitcher, and I think that we will bring in Jim Coates as the pitcher. He pitches to Skinner, and he's going to walk him. He's really wild. He's kind of average, but he just really had no command right there against Skinner. Okay, Dick Stewart is up. He's a double play machine, and that's going to be a strikeout. Now we've got Roberto Clemente, who has the 3 RBIs in the game. Roberto is going to hit to a double play. Okay. Heart of the lineup, Maris, Mantle, and Berra. Top of the 6th, Vern Law chugging along with a shutout. And there's a ground ball to third baseman, 5-3. Here's Mantle, 1 for 2. Mantle is going to hit it out of here, deep in the seats. A tremendous blast. Mickey Mantle hits a home run. Okay. Now it's 3-1. Yogi Berra is up. He's got great power too, and it's a righty-lefty matchup. Oh, he hits it way out, right up against the right field fence. Bill Skowron is up. He's going to hit a single. Almost would have been a double, but if it would have been a 4, that would have been a double. If it would have been a 3, it would have been a double also. So he just barely lucked out in keeping that to be a single. Okay, Cleet Boyer is up. Cleet. I actually have some audio recordings of the 1960 World Series, and Casey Stengel was really quick to pinch hit for hitters. He was really antsy in 1960 in the World Series, and they're not really using the 25-man limit, but I tried to institute that. I guess I couldn't figure out how to do that. Gil McDougall is hitting 258 that year. Bob Serve. We've got 2 outs. I think we'll just let Boyer hit. And he's going to fly out to center field. Well, it's a 3-1 game now. Coates comes out for his second inning, and Burgess hits a sharp grounder to Boyer. Here's Hoke, who is 1 for 2. He's going to fly out to center field, and Mazeroski. He's going to hit a ground ball to third baseman Boyer. So we're done with the first 6 innings. We're into the late innings now. And Richardson is up. Bobby is 1 for 2. And this is going to be I think a base hit. Forbes Field, yeah. This is ballpark effect, and he is on with his second hit. Okay, now we're going to pinch hit for Coates, and we don't want to get in a double play. Ken Hunt might. I don't want to play these guys that only had, 3 or 4 at bats. So I'm trying to, play this straight up and not use these extreme fringe players that were on the lineup. But Hunt does not really hit into a lot of double plays. And he's got a 407 on base percentage. McDougal, maybe I'll. The first left-handed hitter I have really would be Blanchard, and he's going to hit in double plays. Here's Elston Howard. He hits in double plays. So serve. So it's really between Hunt and McDougal. We'll go with Hunt because he's got a better on-base percentage. And wow, he's going to hit a double in the corner. I think Richardson may score. No, they're going to hold him up. With no outs, they hold him up. And also, that was into the right field corner, and there's Clemente. Okay, this is a great opportunity now to tie it up. Tony Kubek, hitless, although he did have a sacrifice bunt. This is really his 4th plate appearance. And come on, Tony. Tony gets a great hit out to center field. It's going to... Now I have an option of having this guy score or not. And I probably should have put in a pinch runner. So that's bad on my part. But we're going to hold him. There are no outs. There's not going to be a double play that's going to mess anything up. But let's see if we have somebody speedy. We have Gil McDougal. But he'd be a good pinch hitter. So I guess we'll leave Hunt on. And Lopez is a really good bunter, but I don't want to bunt. Let's just hit away. The infield is in, as you can see there. So Lopez, if they're in, they're not going to get a double play. He gets a great hit to left, and that drives in Hunt. And we have a tie game. We have no outs. We have runners on first and second, and Roger Maris is up. I don't know what more you could ask for. They are playing halfway up the middle for a double play and in at first and second at the corners. You got to hope Maris can hit this out of here. Law is down to just 2 more batters faced. So here we go, Roger. Roger hits a comeback to the pitcher. Score. This is a ground ball back to the pitcher, who throws to second for the force out and tries for the double play. And Law is good. He's most likely going to get a double play out of this, and he does. So Kubek gets over to third. Mantle is up with 2 outs. Mantle could be the go-ahead hitter here. And he does. Oh, no. He, because he's a switch hitter, but he would have hit it out if he was facing a left-handed hitter and batting right-handed. But as a result, he hit that sucker out to left field, right up against the fence. And you can see here that Law gets this batter-faced boost check, and he has a 1 up here, so they had to roll a die. The computer did. He rolled a 3, so he gets to face an additional 7 batters. So we're going to the bottom of the 7th. We need to bring in a pitcher, and Whitey Ford, this says who's going to be starting. So the next game, Whitey Ford, I guess, will be starting. And we really need to bring in a good pitcher here. Maybe Ryan Duran. He's wilder than heck. Maybe, I don't know if he's such a good choice. But let's bring in Duke Moss. He's kind of a middle-of-the-road choice here. So we'll see. I don't think they're going to pinch hit for Law. No, because it's a deep fly out to left. He hit a home run last year, or in 1960. Bill Verdon is up. Verdon is going to most likely, well, it's a 50-50 fielder field effects rating here, and it's going to be a fly out to Maris. So 2 down. Dick Grote, the batting leader in the National League, is going to walk. Oh, he's hit by the pitch. He got hit. And now Bob Skinner is up. Righty-lefty matchup. And he's going to get a single up the middle. And it's possible that he may try to steal second. No, he's not going to try to steal second. It's not going really great for Moss, but we'll let him pitch to Stewart. Oh, and this is going to be a double. If this had been a 3, it would not have been a double, but it was a 4. The worst, like a hanging curveball, and he smacked it to left field. Now we'll see if Skinner scores also, and he does score, and Lopez may throw it away. He does not, barely. Okay, now the Yankees are down by 2, and Moss is going to face Clemente. Clemente walks. Okay, Burgess is up, 2 outs. Do I have a good left-handed pitcher? Arroyo. I'll bring in Arroyo to pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup. And he's going to strike him out. Okay. Top of the 8th, Yankees down by 2. Berra is up, and Berra grounds out to the second baseman. Bill Skowron is up. Bill hits a tough grounder to Grote, but Grote handles it. 2 outs. Clete Boyer. I think I'm going to have Gil McDougall bat for Boyer. Because I know, maybe it was the first game of the World Series, I heard this recording, and Stengel pinch hit for Clete Boyer really early in the game. Okay, here's McDougall. He's going to get a hit to right field. That's good. Now we've got Bobby. Bobby will let Bobby hit. Bobby Richardson. And he's going to fly out to right field. Okay, so we need to put McDougall into third base. He's got good range, but that's like the worst air number you can get. Arroyo is going to be facing all right-handed hitters, so let's bring in Ralph Terry. 24-year-old Terry. Terry came up, he's from Big Cabin, Oklahoma, 6'3", and he is going to hit a tough grounder to Kubek, and Kubek, it's going to be tough to get him out, but he does. Kubek made a superhuman play there and threw out Hoke by half a step. Here is Mazeroski, and we've got another one of these tough plays, and it's most likely he's going to get a base hit here. Yeah, he does. And here's Vern Law, infield at halfway. He tries to bunt. He's a good bunter. Bunts it to Terry. Terry won't make an error. It's impossible for him to make an error. So he moves the runner over to second. And now here's Bill Verdon, the left-hander, And I think we're going to bring in Bobby Shantz to pitch against Verdon. And he strikes him out. Okay, Shantz, 34 years old. Now they're making some defensive. They're getting Stewart out of first base, and Samoli's coming into left field. So they've really shored up their bad fielders. Top of the ninth, Yankees down by 2, and let's let Bob Serve hit. Bob Serve from Lincoln, Nebraska. Actually, he's from Wahoo, Nebraska, which is by Lincoln, but it's the same place that Sam Crawford's from. Okay, Bob Serve. Oh, he strikes out. He looked bad on that at bat. Tony Kubek is up. He's 1 for 3. Tony is going to hit a short fly to left. It's all down to Hector Lopez. And you can see Law is down to his last batter faced. This is a ground ball to first, and the Pittsburgh Pirates take the first game just like they did in real life. They won that game 6-4 by 2 runs. They brought Roy Face in to get the save, but you can see it was a 2-run difference. Yankees had 13 hits in real life, but it's a 2-run difference in this game. And the final score, it was just a little different. It was 5-3 instead of 6-4. So it's just like it was in real life. Pittsburgh walks away with the first win. So if you like this, please give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, I'll be doing a lot of these videos, so please subscribe. And this is Lefty Dad thanking you for attending the first game of the 1960 World Series. I'll be on soon with the second game.